While growing, I felt this thing called low self-esteem. I experienced it because people will make you feel bad. People will make it look like God did not create you well. People will make it look like God did not create you well. Someone went to this extent telling me to stop moving around with my twin sister because, according to her, she said she swallowed you. Stop going around with her. She was feeling on my behalf. Yeah, she tried by advising me to do that. But to me, it was just like, I see it as lack of wisdom for you to say something like that. When she gave me such advice, I cut off my expectations from her because it wasn't what I was expecting from her. Now, people will make you feel low concerning what God has blessed you with. People will make you feel bad concerning what God has blessed you with. Why they cannot even provide anyone for you. That will bring us to our today's topic, how to develop self-confidence. What is self-confidence? Self-confidence is you believing in yourself and your ability, what you can do and in yourself. You don't need another person to believe in you. You don't even need another person to believe in your ability. You have to start by believing in your ability and in yourself. Now, let's look at it this way. How do I overcome this thing called low self-esteem? Number one thing that helped me is by defining yourself according to the word of God. When you realize who God said you are, if you will not feel anything again that people talk down about you. If you look at the word of God, if you look at the angle from the word of God that defines you, you will have this thing that's called self-esteem. You will develop this thing called self-esteem when you start defining yourself according to the word of God. What is it that the word of God talked about me? What did the word of God say for me? How did the word of God define me? Did the word of God condemn me? Did the word of God condemn me because I don't have shape? The word of God condemn me because my breast is small? Did the word of God condemn me because I don't have that height people want from me? If the word of God did not condemn you, my dear, move on with your life. Develop this thing called self-esteem. Develop this thing called self-confidence for yourself. Don't allow people to talk down on you. Don't allow people to talk down on you because of what God has given to you. Don't allow people to talk down on you. Define yourself according to the word of God. Look for the word of God that defines you. Stand in front of the mirror and tell yourself who God has defined. Tell yourself who you are. Tell yourself who you choose to be. Tell yourself who you choose to be. Now let me tell you, those periods, it will look as if those things are the things that will bring fortune to them. Those things doesn't guarantee success, okay? Height, shape. Let me tell you the truth, it doesn't guarantee success. If it guarantees happy marriage, if it guarantees success, people will be dying for it. I'm telling you the truth. It doesn't even guarantee eternity. So why would you die for it? Why will you die for? Because people see that your height, you stop growing all of a sudden. It's not your fault. If you are following your mate all of a sudden, you find out that they're now taller than you. There is nothing you can do about it. You define yourself according to what God has defined you. Number two, you go with this thing called acceptance. Acceptance is the only thing that will make you to have this thing called self-esteem concerning yourself. It will help you to develop this thing called self-confidence. Acceptance. Whatever God has chosen to give you, accept it like that. Whatever God has chosen to give to you, accept it like that. You don't have choice over it. You don't have choice over it. If you like, go inside and start crying that God, you don't like this. Like, God, I don't like this height you gave me. If God doesn't want to increase your height, there's nothing you can do about it. God knows the reason for giving you that height. God knows the reason for giving you the shape He gave you. You cannot tell God, because you gave me this thing, I want it this way, I want it like this. You are only disturbing your peace. You are only disturbing your peace. You are not in line with what God has called you to be. You are only disturbing your peace at this moment. Yes, it's good that I know the joy of being the same height with your mates. But if it happens that you find out that you stopped growing, accept it like that. If it happens that you find out that they are very much shapy than you, they have the figure that people admire, accept it like this. I know one thing about this is it's always make it look like if that time now, it will make it look like if guys, they don't really like you, they don't really come after you, they come after those, when you are going with them, it will look as if they are the only ones that they are talking to. And you will be feeling somehow, and they will, they'll be showing up, and you'll be, if you're not careful, you'll just be feeling like, and sometimes I don't like going out with them. I don't want to go out with them. I want to be alone. So you start by accepting what God gives to you. Define yourself, accept what God gives to you. Whatever that God has given to you, that is what you are going to accept in life. If you want to do otherwise, whatever you are doing to yourself anymore is no longer natural. It's no longer natural. It has to do with it. It's now artificial. And remember, artificial things doesn't last. If you feel that God has not created you well, you're making the wrong mistake. You get begin to accept that thing that God has blessed you with. That height God has blessed you with, accept it. There's nobody that doesn't have access in his or her life, in her body. There's something about you that another person doesn't have. That is it. Height, their shape, and their figures are very good, okay? But they lack one thing that maybe you look into their life very well. You see one thing that there is not there. God doesn't cheat anybody in life. God doesn't cheat anybody in life. There is something he blessed you with. There is something, you are the one that refused to find out what that thing is. Identify that thing God has blessed you with. Begin to accept that thing. Look at yourself. You would notice that there is something God has blessed you with. Definitely. Yes. Some person is hair. Some person is skin. Some person is height. Some person is shape. Some person is even the way you talk. So there must be something God has blessed you with. This is, begin to accept yourself the way God has blessed you. Begin to accept yourself the way God chose to make you. Begin to accept yourself the way God made you, please. The way God has designed you, please accept it that way. It will go a long way saving you stress. If you start thinking of this, thinking of that over your body, and you know you don't even have control over it, you don't have control over it, how are you going to do about it? What are you going to do? Do you have any choice? You don't have any choice in this at this point. The only choice you have is for you to accept it. That is the only choice you have. Accept what God has blessed you with. Accept whatever God has blessed you with. Don't let people's words kill your emotions. Don't let people's words kill your peace. Don't let people's words try to slip away from your eye. You get it? There is one thing about you that is special that God has blessed you with. God doesn't cheat anybody. If you look around you very well, you will find one special thing God has blessed you with. Yes, there is one thing God has blessed you with. So what are you doing with that one? How are you appreciating that one? How do you appreciate God for that one he has blessed you with? Cherish that one God has blessed you. Carry it with pride. Cherish that particular thing God has blessed you with. And stop stop allowing people's way to weigh you down. And stop allowing, if you give them chance, they will talk down on you. They will make you feel so bad that you will not even come out of your room. If you give them chance, people will talk down on you. You will not come out of your room. You will not come out from your room. You will be indoor because of what people are saying. And they will be going out happily. Nobody owes you anything. Nobody owes you happiness. You are the one that owes it. But because you choose to occupy your heart with this thing called low self-esteem, what people will say, what people will not say over your life, over your health, over your body that God has blessed you with, please begin to accept what God has given to you. Remember, I said the first one is for you to define yourself according to the word of God. If you define yourself according to the word of God, you move to this particular one, which is accepting whatever God has blessed you with. Feel blessed for it. Feel blessed for whatever God has given to you. Feel blessed with whatever God has given to you. That will help you to boost this thing called self-esteem. That will help you to overcome this thing called low self-esteem for people. I pray that you have this zeal to go into what God has called you to do. Don't go back because of another person, because you'll be accountable to you for it. If you refuse to do it because people talk down on you, you'll be accountable for it. So I pray that God bless us, and I pray that this word will find root in your heart and in your life. Please, if you like what I do, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, and God bless you. Bye.